What's good, everybody? Winew in the building, and yo, what a game that was for Kevin Durant. This was a spiritual experience from Kevin Durant. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the game 5 of Milwaukee versus the Brooklyn Nets, and this was a very dominating or a spiritual experience from Kevin Durant. I'll bring you back to memory lane. I'll break you way back from memory lane. This was the Kevin Durant that we know as the Slim Reaper, the Durantula, not all-time scorer, but one of the scoring leaders, one of the greatest scorers of the decade, or might be the best scorer of the decade, or one of the best scorers we have in NBA history. But this was also the same guy who tore his Achilles 2 or 3 years ago in the finals, bro. A player who won finals MVP. This is the same guy who tore his Achilles and scored 49, almost 50 because he missed that free throw, but almost 50 in this game. And what a comeback game this was for Brooklyn Nets, bro. Going into this game, Harden was questionable, probable, but then last minute he was allowed to play, and which was very good for them, so we get to see how Harden plays. But Harden played bad first half. His rust was shown in this game. Really, he was like a decoy. But in the second half, he was already good. He was a bit good, but he wasn't like the James Harden we knew, because he was still playing with a bit of an injured hamstring, and his rust was still shown. But in the second half, he was playmaking. He was doing things aside from scoring. But this game also as well, Joe Harris played bad for Brooklyn. Joe Harris played bad. He scored around. It was terrible shooting from him. 2 out of 11, 1 of 7 from 3. When the first half game, they were down by 20, right? Brooklyn was down by 20. And in this game, Milwaukee was always in the foul trouble. Giannis was doing his thing, which we'll be talking more about Milwaukee later. Let's talk first about Brooklyn. But second half game, Brooklyn showed up. Jeff Green, first half, all throughout the game, he was good, bro. He was so good. I remembered saying in a podcast episode that Jeff Green might help Brooklyn, or might make Milwaukee have a hard time a bit against Brooklyn, because he's one of their best defenders and one of their best 4th or 5th scoring option. If Jeff Green plays game 2 and the next coming games, because he's out for game 1, he will be one of the X factors for Brooklyn, because he will make Milwaukee or Giannis have a bit of a hard time, because he is the best defender in Brooklyn, and which he showed in this game. He scored 27 points, 1 rebound and 3 assists, but 8 from 11, 7 of 8 from 3. His 3-point shots were always going in, he had a very, very good game. He was a supporting member for KD in this game. And speaking of KD, once again, KD is KD, bro. Third quarter and the fourth quarter, he was doing it all. And I think last game he said, when Kyrie was done and Harden was done, that he was going to do it all. And this is what he did, bro. 49, 17, and 10. First player in history to have 45 plus points, 15 plus rebounds, and 10 plus assists. And this was a fun Kevin Durant, bro. He would score anywhere. PJ Tucker was guarding him, and he was feasting on him. No one could guard him, bro. They switched to Middleton. He couldn't guard KD. And when he went to Pat Connaughton, he couldn't even guard KD. KD was very, very unstoppable. But this Brooklyn Nets needs shooting. They were lucky that KD had a game like this, and KD played every single minute of this game. But they need shooting, alright? Because we might not know if Jeff Green would have another productive game like this, but they need shooting from like Joe Harris. James Harden was understandable in this game because he just came off an injury and his rust was shown, but it's still alright. I think he would have a good game next game. But yo, we need to see the shooting of Joe Harris, because for the past 2 or 3 games he was off, like he was not to be seen. So they need his scoring, his shooting, and they also need like Bruce Brown's production like last game, and also Landry Shamet. They need scorers, bro. They need shooting. DeAndre Jordan didn't play, but yo, their defense and their game in this game for Brooklyn was very good. They made a comeback down from 20 points in the first half. It was a very, very good game for them. So now let's talk about Milwaukee, because this team, first half, this team was good. Alright, Giannis, Middleton, and Drew Holiday were doing their thing. Brook Lopez was also shooting from anywhere. Like I think he made like a very far, like a, not logo, but like far from the 3-point line jump shot, 3-point. It was. They were passing the ball. Their ball movement was good, but they were in foul trouble early minutes. Like early minutes to like the first half, they were having a hard time foul trouble. Like I think Drew Holiday had 2 fouls on James Harden in the early minutes of the game, if I remembered. And yeah, this was a hard time for them. This was a team that choked their 20-point lead. Like bro, going into the second half, we all thought that Milwaukee is going to have an easy time on this one because their offense was flowing, but they turned into like a ISO ball type of play, which is so crazy, bro, because Giannis has always been on the ISO the whole first half. Like if he has the ball, it's always in the top of the key. You all know that's Giannis' play, but it was always an isolation game. Like, when you go to the third quarter, fourth quarter, they were all on ISO. There was no more ball movement from them. And it was also crazy because like third quarter was the time KD was getting on fire, and you still have PJ Tucker guarding him. Like I know PJ Tucker played great last game against KD, but in this game he was feasted. Like Giannis is your defensive player of the year for 2 straight years, and you let him stay in the corner guarding Landry Shamet. Like, you sure about that? And KD is dominating in your game. We gotta have like Giannis guarding KD. But yo, I don't know, bro. Like yo, the coaching in Milwaukee, bro. Coach Bud gotta go, bro. Gotta go. It's been a long time. Like even they said last year, he gotta go. He gotta go, bro. He gotta go. Like their offense was smooth, but they turned into like an isolation game. Like almost every player, like we saw a lot of Chris Middleton isolation. Middleton played almost every single minute as well, 45 minutes to be exact. Drew Holiday played also good. But man, really, bro? Really? ISO almost every player. Like third quarter, fourth quarter, Giannis has a lot of ISOs. Chris Middleton had a lot of ISOs. Drew Holiday had a lot of ISOs. And yo, one of the, like, I don't understand, bro. Like your offense was going smooth in the first half, then you switch it up to a ISO ball. I don't know, bro. I don't know. And also one thing, Bobby Portis was a good player for them, like the whole series, but he didn't get any minutes in this game. But they let the Nazis play for a minute and Elijah Bryant for a minute. Like they weren't even useful in this game. Like Bobby Portis could have done more for this team, but like I don't know the coaching, bro. I don't know the coaching. But yo, yes, Milwaukee will still have a comeback game, and I think next game they will have a better game than this game, and I hope they would learn from what they did, and we were going to see, since KD played almost every single minute of this game, he's going to be gassed next game. So I think Milwaukee's gonna take that, and we're going to game 7. But bro, if Milwaukee just plays like this and they're going to blow out leads like this once again, that's going to be tough for them. That's going to be tough. And yo, we gotta appreciate KD though, even though he's already here, he's still here. Cause like torn Achilles or torn ligaments, I forgot his injury, but I think that was torn Achilles. There's not a lot of players who could come back from that injury. Kobe was one of the people who got that injury and never played the same one like the ones he did before he got the injury. Dominic Wilkins was also one. So this is also like, you gotta appreciate KD, bro, cause like that is one of the worst injuries you could ever have as a player, and Kevin Durant is still playing at the same level before he got injured. And yo, you just gotta appreciate KD, bro. You just gotta love KD.